So I have a girlfriend and I flew to see her this week. If you're not subscribed here, I travel full-time in my self-converted camper van, and Tori is based out of Austin, Texas. So I left my van at a friend's house in Colorado and took a short flight to Austin, where she picked me up from the airport. And little did I know she had a surprise for me. She had booked a hotel, and when we got to the hotel, there were rose petals scattered everywhere. There was champagne and martinis. I felt like a little kid with her in that hotel. We were running around the lobby barefoot, I was doing handstands, and we got so excited about room service. What do we have?
Avocado toast, shishito peppers. These look good. They smell really good.
Yes, it weighs me down.
I'm excited to finally share that with you guys and for you to get to know Tori a little bit better too, because she is seriously the best person I have ever met. She's effortlessly kind, she's a good listener, she desires to learn and grow constantly. She's firm in her viewpoints in a beautiful way, and she's a talented videographer as well. I'll actually leave her YouTube channel linked in the description box below if you want to creep on her. The next day, Emery, Tori, and I got ready because the three of us were going to Costa Rica to visit our friend Taylor, who's been living there. We did some last minute things like sewing backpacks and cutting shorts, and then we woke up at 5 a.m. the next day to head to the airport. But little did we know how things would turn out. It's kind of loud right now, but I'm at the airport and I made some food, and I was gonna share it with Emery and Tori, but as you can tell, they're not here. It's a whole long story, and I'm waiting for 9 hours at this airport, so I thought I would tell you what happened. But first I'm gonna eat some of this. I hate spending money on airport food. I flew to Austin to see Tori, to see my family briefly, and to fly on the same plane with Tori and Emery. We wake up at 5 a.m. We get to the airport like 2 hours early. Basically the night before, we were all trying to check in for our flights, and it just wasn't happening for me. I kept looking at if there was a form that was missing, but it just kept saying do it in person. Tori and Emery were able to do it online, and I was like, okay, I'll just wait and quickly check in, and we're gonna get there a couple hours early, so it's going to be fine basically. But when I got to the airport, it was a shit show. Everybody was desperate to get to the lines to check in. Nothing was working. I tried to use a kiosk. The kiosk came back with a slip that said I needed to see an attendant, but the lines were hours long to where I would miss my flight. I was asking people if I could cut them basically because I'm going to miss my flight. Some people were nice and they let me, but people were yelling at me too because everybody was cutting. It wasn't just me cutting, it was everybody was in the same boat, and they just didn't have enough attendance, and people were just being really slow. I was watching the people at the kiosk and I was like, come on, everybody here is about to miss their flights. Can we get a move on it, please? So I told Emery and Tori obviously to go forward. There was no reason for them to stay. They tried to help as much as they could, but they really honestly couldn't do much. And then at that point, I finally reached an attendant, and the attendant basically said, there's no way you're making this flight. And I was like, can I please try? I'm going with my friends. We have a bus early in the morning tomorrow. I have to be in Costa Rica today. And she was like, you can try, but you're not gonna make it. And I'm going to book you this other ticket at this time, and you might not even make this one. Basically canceled my ticket. I thought that what she was saying was I could try to make it to my original flight, and if I didn't make it, then I could use this other ticket. But what I didn't realize is she had totally canceled my ticket. I have this pass, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try my hardest to get to the terminal before the plane takes off, and Emery and Tori are calling me and they're like, come, like there's only 8 people left, like if you run you can do it. So I literally get to the front of the line. I asked to cut someone and they're really nice and they let me. I literally rip my shoes off. I pull the laptop out of my backpack so I can put it in a bin. I push it all through. I go through and I'm like anxiously waiting, ready to run barefoot to the terminal for my bag to come through the screening process, and just like crossing my fingers that it doesn't get taken for additional screening. And then it gets taken for additional screening, so it like goes to the side. The dude was being so slow and so rude. He wasn't being slow in a normal way. He was being slow to be an asshole, like not only to me, but there was a girl in front of me who was about to miss her flight, and he was literally unzipping everything. Like if this is a zipper, he was literally like, and then he would like go talk to his friends, and we're waiting there like, we're going to miss our flight. I'm sorry, I don't want to like, be rude, but can you please check our bags? So eventually he at sloth pace finished checking her bag, checked my bag. I was like, take the toothpaste, take whatever. I like didn't let him zip up the bag because I was like, you're going so slow and you're being an asshole. So I didn't take it from him, but I was just like, oh, I can do it. So I like zip it up really quickly, run to my gate. I literally sprint, and of course the gate is gate 30, and it's the furthest gate possible from the area where I was entering. So I sprint like I have never sprinted before, and I'm like panting like I've just run a marathon, and I get to the gate and I see that the doors are open, and there's just this like relief, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I made it, and I'm so happy. And then the girl checks me in and she's like, oh, you didn't get a seat number. She rolls her eyes. I think things have been going wrong this morning at the airport is my impression. So she goes to like get a seat number, and then she's like, oh wait, no, you are not on this flight. And I was like, no, I am. Like I can show you the emails, I'm on this flight. The lady just gave me a new flight because she thought I was gonna miss it. This is my flight. And she was like, nope, sorry, this is not your flight. Wouldn't listen to me. She was just like not gonna let me in, and just basically said it wasn't my flight anymore, and I just like couldn't do anything about it, even though the doors were open and even though like that's the flight I bought. And the lady just didn't have faith in me that I'd get there on time, but I did despite it all, and she gave me like a different ticket. But yeah, everybody was just really rude. And even in the flight, Tori and Emery texted me that Tori was crying because a flight attendant yelled at her apparently because she tried to like sit by Emery and like not have her assigned seat or whatever. But like, why are you yelling at people? Like that's so aggressive and just not how you treat human beings. And the fact that Tori cried just hurts my heart and makes me honestly like really frustrated. So now I'm in Dallas. I have a layover of 9 hours, and then I have a 4-hour flight to San Jose, but I am getting there tonight if everything goes according to plan, which I really, really hope it does, and I hope I'm not jinxing it. I think it'll all work out, and I'm trying to stay really positive about it. I had so much anxiety when everything initially happened. I want to say more anxiety that I've really ever had in my life. Like I was on the verge of breaking down and having a panic attack, but I did some yoga. I'm going to journal now and just like read, and I feel really good, and I feel like I've made the best of this situation.
that comes from this.
Yeah.
That's why it smells like cinnamon.
Oh. That's what it smells. This is the smell.
It smells like cinnamon rolls.
So is that in?
What do you think it is?
Well, we thought it was a cacao. It turns black, I think, and then it becomes cocoa because it smells like chocolate and cinnamon. But right now it's like really hard. Do I eat it? No.
That's totally cacao. What are we doing right now?
Drinking beer, waiting for our ferry to be here so we can go to Santa Teresa.
Santa Teresa. I think it's like a 1 hour ferry ride. Is that right?
Yeah, 1.5 hours.
1.5 hours, and then we have like another 45 minutes of a drive, and then we will get to Santa Teresa.
It's 9 a.m. right now. We woke up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, also Tori had a nightmare about traveling.
I did.
Travel days, like long,
Like being late to stuff.
And yeah, and you woke up and you thought you were late. You were like,
Yeah.
we're late. I was like, really?
We were actually like pretty on time.
Yeah, we were definitely on time. Try to do the tongue. We're trying to teach Emery how to roll her R's.
Your tongue needs to be further closer to your teeth.
Careful, careful.
You're bleeding a little bit.
I know, that was
And I'm too. I like it. Kind of
Why are
like
you bleeding?
fun. I know, right? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I got trampled by the ocean.
One time I had a hermit crab and I named him Kevin, but then I didn't really want him anymore, and so I just let him go in my backyard.
This isn't even like half of the trash that I've seen, which is really sad. I want to like get one of those trash bags over there, the big black ones, and put all the shit in there because this beach is just filled. And what was so sad when we were on the ferry today, I saw like thousands of trash, like thousands of pieces of trash in the ocean, and I just wanted to go and like grab it and take it out.
He's on his hello to the camera, Harold.
Wait, why is there a pig here?
Mi nombre es
Pigs are my favorite.